Hello everyone, sorry for this late drawing. I'm back now, I'm back. Okay, today's theme will be a horse and a rider. I've been looking at this image for years now and I really like it. So I'm trying to introduce it to you and I hope you will like it. You have the horse, two figures. It's basically looking at two figures and blending them together and making very few mistakes, if any, if possible, of course, because it's impossible not to do mistakes. But you have the head of the horse, chest, which is more rounded. Got the feet, both front legs, and you have the body which goes kind of like this. Okay, there. Then the rider is actually at the level of eyes, the eyes of the horse. His hat, head, body. Now the rider, it's a bit further back, but because I want to do some shadow on the wall, so I'm putting the rider a little bit further, more to the right there. And giving him a slightly different, changing basically his posture, which is not easy. I'm trying to do my own thing here. And these are the Andalusian festive or festivals or celebrations, and they dress in a very particular way. Beautiful dresses. Then you have the back of the horse. That's the back leg. And back right leg and the back left leg. Here. And the tail. A bit of a belly, front legs, I'll put them up a little bit more because I think I've got them quite low, so a bit further up, and slightly smaller as well. I've been very generous with the legs, a bit smaller, more of a chest, horse, eyes, here a little bit at the back, and you have the jaw, if I can call it the horse's jaw, and having that beautiful tension of his back right leg, and bring it right in the middle of the there. A vertical line will give me where the end of the hoof of the back leg is, which is basically here. And you have the hoof here. Okay, that's the back, back of the horse. Something wrong here. There, bring that here, and the tail here. Back again, really I'm a bit stuck here at the back of the horse, back leg of the horse. You got the getting it stuck on getting it right, basically getting the movement right. That's the other hoof, and a little bit of dark shadows here. It's a way of getting around and knowing where you are with your drawing. And I think a little bit thicker here. Here's the back leg, a bit thicker than that. So, as I said, I've moved the Horseman right at the front, as I have a bit, not much space. It's more, the original drawing, the original picture is wider. So it's wider, and I don't have that. I'm choosing that format because I want to paint on this. I want to paint this. I really like this image. And it's not a bad exercise for everyone else, which is actually drawing. It's a beautiful theme, very elegant, very dynamic. And you have the back leg here, back leg here as well, back leg here, here, and the shadows. The shadow of the horse on the wall. There. Give it a little bit of a tonal value on the horseman's face, baked by the sun. Then you have his right hand. And one of the brushes, I'm going to move around a little bit of charcoal here. So instead of using putty, rubber, just get those lines a little bit softer. A little bit softer the lines. Okay, and now going back and forth and finding the right amount of, or the correct, being more accurate with the lines, basically. Just getting some sharp edges on the charcoal. Probably the face is a bit bloated. Yes, I've just noticed. The face of the horse is quite big, quite wide. So I'm making it smaller. Adjusting out, and I can try and commit a little bit more with the accuracy of the drawing, which is not very accurate at the moment. Front leg. I think I can have the front two hoofs a little bit here, a bit further up. Lower it a little bit more, thinner here, belly up here, the shadow of the front hoofs on the wall, and that will be softened with my pen, brush. Horseman, he got long body. I need to give him longer legs, thigh, there, at funny hat that they have in, oh, funny in my view, but its tradition. There. And then you have that back of the horse a little bit further up. Get the back of the back of the horse and his backside as well. And the line here which will define the bum, horse's bum. And let me go back to the image and see where the line of the back leg goes up. It's pretty much correct at the moment. There. I can see the stress of the back leg now. With shadows. These are the shadows on the wall, and this is the horse's mane, tail. A little bit of shadow here, which is the back or defines the front leg. This shadow here is a cast shadow of the front two legs. Bit thinner here. See, I'm now committed with more defined lines. Because I'm pretty much, I know pretty much where I am now. Not all the time, because I'm moving the head again. Not all the time. So I'm moving the head a bit further to his neck on the left. It's not like that. I'm changing the head as well. I'm changing the head. Now, why I'm changing the head? Because if I leave the head here, which in the picture is there, on the original picture is there, I'm changing it because I want those legs to be further out. On the vertical line, the head now is further back, much further back. And it is in the original picture, a little bit back, but it's here. The head is here, so it was there. If I do that, what I'm doing now, it gives you more of a dynamic pose, I suppose. You might think differently, but basically what everybody decides for their drawing. I might regret it, but for the time being, I think it's good. And introduce those beautiful darks on the horse's neck. And of course the horse's mouth, nose, all those are very, very, very dark on this particular horse. It's a white horse, by the way. You'll see the original picture. And a very dark middle tone here on the back of the horse. And his belly there. And what I wanted to do, this is why I've pushed the figure much more to the right. Because what I'm doing here, I'm actually playing with the images and the shadows. Because a very clever picture is a beautiful composition of the rider and the horse, which is moved forward, and it creates an extremely dark shadow. Well, I'm making it extremely dark, but it's a bit more transparent. But I think it creates drama on the whole thing here, and that's the front. That's the arm, right arm of the rider. We are in a very sunny day in Andalusia in Seville. or Andalusia in Spanish. There, that's the man's face, pretty much. Don't have to be a lot more detailed. This is good enough. And the horses, now forgive me about that because I don't know what they're called. Never had a horse, but I should have known about those rings. The horses is the rings and the leather stripes on the horse. Of course, you will correct me about that. I'll leave it to you. Hoofs, both. Back hoof is, I'm bringing it more to the right. Again, it's about dynamism, more dynamic. And of course I have the shadow of the horseman on his horse, cast shadow of the horseman on the horse. There. And the beautiful shadow on the wall. This is what makes this picture so interesting. And back leg. Shadow, dark shadow on the horse's back here. And his belly, probably a bit lighter, whiter. But for the time being, I'm leaving it as it is. So I'm creating more drama here on the horse's head by doing what I'm doing now. Darken the front legs a little bit more. And the jeans that he's wearing black jeans, but I don't want to make black jeans because I have a shadow already, so I don't want to make more black on here to create more black. So I'm softening the shadows here, there, and pretty much everywhere. And the base, or sorry, where the horse is stepping on his ground here, which is sandy ground. And that shadow, which I really, really like. I'm connecting these two figures like this. It creates kind of movement, energy. I like that. Doesn't have to be too precise. So you can play around with all those notions of movement and togetherness. It's an energy which is being moved by the horse to the rider and vice versa. Of course, the rider is controlling the horse's energy, but the horse is kind of communicating between each other. And of course, they do communicate. They don't ride with different people the same. And this shadow here. Okay, now I need to sculpt the profile of the rider on the wall. Just a tiny bit. The horse is being beautified with different what's the word? It's actually been, they've given the horse lots of okay, I'll find the word and I'll come back to you. And there you have it. The front legs, a little bit further back the chest, so I can have the legs, front legs moving forward with lots of dynamism, and tuck a little bit up the hoofs, create again more energy, more drama, more interest. A quite light tonal value here for the tension on his right leg. Maybe a bit of putty rubber, because that's a bit harsh, the rubber that I'm using now. So a bit of putty rubber here. There. Get rid of this line because that's not there. Bit of light, beautiful muscle on his neck. And the back leg is been lit a little bit more. The right back leg here. That's the back leg, a bit less black here. And this shadow, which is the front leg here. There, the shadow of the front legs on the wall. And sharpen up the shadow here on the wall of the rider. And the funny hat.